What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another video. Alright guys, I am still in Mexico. You're probably watching me on day 4 now if you continue watching my videos for the builds, and we're going to be doing another one today, and that is going to be none other than Tatsumaki. So I waited a little bit for this one specifically because I know some people are brand new and probably summoning for her. I want to give people time to kind of build other units. So she is currently the limited banner that is out. If you ask me who the new banner is, I have no idea. I'm not going to speculate. There are a couple beta units we haven't seen, so Atomic Samurai, Prisoner Sonic, and perhaps one other. There might be a new character coming out altogether that we've never seen because she's brand new and she wasn't in beta, so keep that in mind. But let's talk all about what she is and what she's all about. So first off, let's go to stats so you guys know how she works. So she's an assault type character. Crit build and crit damage is very, very important for her, and you want to definitely have high attack for her. She's really good for composure reduction as well too. Not the greatest for interruptibility, so don't worry too much about that one. Now the main thing with her, of course, is you want to get her into her free state where she can roam around and cast her spells. That's kind of the whole purpose of her. In the beginning stages, the whole point is to build up your tornado bar, your little crossbar with the green arrows, and then or the green circle. And once you get there, you can unlock and cast tornado after hitting a certain amount of damage points as well too. And you want to continuously keep that going. So with that being said, the potential makes a huge difference. So her first potential here, the so-called telekinetic liberation state, that's the free roam state I was referring to, is extended to 25 seconds. When telekinetic liberation state is in effect, get an 18% damage boost. This is a massive boost to, number one, her skills, and number two, her overall damage. So if you can push to get merit or potential 1, you're in a really good spot. Okay, so you can see here as well too, every 1% character panel crit rate grants an additional 0.4 attack. So as much crit rate as you can push on her will grant you more attack bonus. So hand in hand, she becomes insanely powerful. So you definitely want to build crit rate and crit damage on her, including attack and composure. So here we go. Accurate dodge applies 13 points of telekinetic mark. So every time you dodge on perfect timing, you get a little bit more on the mark. That's the crosshair that's on the enemy. And then number 4 here, Mind Reader, which is actually the crit damage bonus. It gets +2 on that. And then right here, you can see each use of telekinetic tornado, which is her circle that she does once she builds it up, increases damage by 10%. It can be stacked up to 3 times. That's her biggest damage dealing move next to her actual ultimate. And then increases the number of telekinetic spears generated by circle detonation from 4 to 8. So double the amount. So very powerful. The problem is she is an absolute beast. But the other issue is the fact that she is a whale character. Okay, so keep that in mind when you are building her. You're going to want to build her with whale thoughts in mind. So it's going to be very difficult to kind of avoid that. If you're going to be pushing for this, because she's a limited character, you're going to be spending quite a bit of money. So just, again, keep that in the back of your minds, okay? So gameplay, definitely do that. One thing I will note, gameplay skill list, you should definitely check this out. It talks about her core mechanisms and what she's all about. Remember, the attacks are considered at optimal distance when the target is within the yellow crosshairs. Some attacks will gain enhancements when doing this. So make sure you are at enough distance here where the crosshairs there become yellow. If they're white, that right there, see the yellow there? You're not in optimal space. So make sure keep it in yellow, okay? That gives you more damage overall. You guys can see her potential here. Penetrating Eye gives a limit +2. The Penetrating Eye is her crit, is the crit rate trait that you get from the memories. So you need to do that, okay? The rest we've talked about already. So keep that in mind when building her. Crosshair yellow and also Penetrating Mind and Mind Reader are the most important ones for her. All right, jumping on to impressions. Now, if you have her impressions, you're set. Her SSR one is really good because it does give you critical damage, increase the telekinetic spears, and tornado by 10%. But in order to get the maximum version, you need to max this out, which is way too expensive, right? But she does also grant you guys immunity to paralysis, coma, and burning for 40 seconds. When immunity is in effect, attacks on enemies generate coma, paralysis, and burning debuff, reducing their defense by 8%. And then there's an SR version here as well too, which I prefer using, to be quite honest with you. Increases the crit rate of all skills in telekinetic liberation state by 16%. This one is the one you want to go for, and you can currently trade for it in the arms exchange shop. So very important to remember that. Now this applies encouragement to the character and 2 allies for 60 seconds, granting a 24% attack bonus and increasing assault attack stats by 60%. So really good with like Zombie Man or anyone who's an assault unit as well. Boost them up. Her rare, if you have it, I mean, you can use it. It's not really that worth it, but you do want to boost it anyways, just because it has base attack increase. And that's really all you care about. The healing part is irrelevant. Okay. So I personally prefer the SR version. You can go for the SSR if you want. If you can max it out, that's the one you want to use because crit damage is nuts on it. But if you can't max it out, then you want to just stick with what you see there. All right. Memories and will. Now, this is the important one. Okay. So first off, you absolutely want to get piece of cake. If you can get to number 2, you're good enough. You get number 3, you're even better. Because again, this expands the optimal distance range. That yellow crosshair goes even further out, which means you can do more damage at a shorter or longer distance. And then, of course, number 2 gives you the 15% damage boost. So this is her special. You want to absolutely get this one. It's worth it, every penny of it. Okay, next up here, you want to actually go with 2 different things. So Ride the Wave is not bad for her because it does increase her crit when she does an accurate dodge. And as you guys saw before, accurate dodge is pretty important. So you can increase your crit there. So that's not a bad one to have, but not one of the best ones. The best ones for her are going to be the following. Okay, so it's going to be Blatant Strike here when hitting enemy in the front. This is going to be huge for you and to increase it. Again, you won't see these percentages in the actual stats, but this is a conditional one. So when you're in front of the enemy, which most of the time she is realistically, because she's kiting and she's running and she's always in front, Blatant Strike is a huge way to increase it. Range of Truth is also another one. If you can stay in optimal distance, again, with that crosshair, you're now increasing your crit rate even further. So you definitely want to build Range of Truth. Her other 2 big ones, of course, are Penetrating Eye. This is the one I'm currently working on. This can go all the way up to 75%, and it gives you the bonus also from her traits if you guys have that. And then also right over here, you guys can see here, you can get, where is it? Impassion's not a bad one as well to boost attack. It's really good for her. But the other one I'm referring to is, I'm going to go to the filter here and show you guys. It's attack, and it is Mind Reader. This is the other one you want. You absolutely want to boost her critical damage because she is so powerful with crit rate. Her crit rate is so high. Having this is going to make her 10 times better. So that's essentially it, guys. Those are your best bets. So it's going to be Piece of Cake, Penetrating Eye, Mind Reader, Impassionate you can put for more attack. Having Blatant Strike is really nice too, and then Range of Truth is going to maximize her damage output like no other. I promise you guys, if you do that, you're going to be in a golden spot to get all this done. So yeah, she currently is probably the best damage dealer in the game, bar none. If you get the merits and everything as well too for her, if you potential her, merit her, limit break her, and get her impressions right, she will destroy everything. Like, she's easily the best damage dealing unit, but she's also the most costly because she's a limited unit and she's not getting the regular banner. You can only pull her from the limited banner itself, right? So if we look at how much time is left for that, let me just go to it actually real quick. I think we only have a couple days left. What are we at here, guys? So we have, where's the time here? 11 days left. So if you're going to be summoning for her, keep in mind, especially if you're free to play like me, you're not going to have enough currency, right? Because at the end of the day, we're not getting top-up bonuses. We're not getting any of that jazz. So it's going to cost you quite a bit to try to get her in her potential. It is worth it. And a lot of people ask, do I save up or do I go for her? My answer simply is this. If you enjoy range units, she's going to be the best range unit for a very long time, in my opinion. So definitely go for her. If you want to use a melee unit, then you can, of course, skip her if you want, if you've got a copy, or summon for her. It's up to you. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.